Hey guys, what's going on? This is Kyle at ProjectionHub. I lead our business plan writing services here. And something I wanted to talk about is what is traction and how can it really improve the quality of your business plan and your chances of being successful if you're using your business plan for applying for an SBA loan or some sort of financing, particularly if you're a startup. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that term traction and what it means and how you can use examples of that in your business plan. I was working on a couple business plans this week and it came up and I realized how much better these business plans were made and how strong of an application request they're going to have because they had some really good examples of traction. And I'm going to show you those here now. And so if at any point you like the video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to the channel. We put out a lot of content helping with business plans and projections and applying for SBA loans and all that, starting businesses and all that kind of stuff. And if at any point you have a question, just drop a comment down below, or you can contact us directly at support@projectionhub.com. Seriously, we'll answer questions. So if this video stirs up a question you have about your situation, business planning or finding financing or whatever, just reach out and we'd be happy to help you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. All right, so I've got pulled up two examples of business plans that are real business plans that I worked on recently. And, I obviously covered up the, details about their situation and anonymized a lot of the data. So anything you see in these plans has obviously been changed. But these are two examples of very different businesses from one another. And they're both startups. And I wanted to demonstrate and show you guys because they each have really great examples of what traction is. If you're planning on starting a business, this is something I would consider thinking about or trying to generate heading into your startup. So first, let's define what traction is. Now, if you Google traction and you look up like a Investopedia definition or something like that out there, it might talk about how it's more commonly used for like tech businesses or SaaS startups or whatever, or apps and that kind of thing, because they use traction as when they are building these apps and these tools, a lot of times they're testing them with audiences. They're releasing them to a limited portion of audience, or maybe they have some sort of test audience or prototype audience, and they're measuring how many people are using it, how often are they using it, how are they engaging with it. So they're getting some traction. They're getting like some momentum based upon people actually utilizing the thing they're creating. And so if you're a typical, small business, Main Street business, there are versions of traction that are very valuable and can talk about how that can improve your chances. Like if you're trying to start and go, make this an official business, if you're trying to get financing, there's a lot of good examples out there. Now, if you're an e-commerce business or something like that, traction might be a little bit trickier, but I think I still have some good examples for you. And so I have two business plans pulled up for you. One is like a catering business, and the other is a direct care, like a medical practice. So two very different businesses. And in this example, in this catering business, now the business owner is kind of formalizing his plans, making things a lot more official, looking to scale things up, establish a location, just a lot of the things to make it more legitimate. But for years, he has been on his own coordinating, finding customers and cooking at fairs and catering events just on his own as like a side hustle. And a side hustle is probably the best way to describe what traction is going to be for a lot of small businesses out there. So, for example, maybe you have a full-time job, but you cut hair on the side, right? So you're doing that as a side hustle. You have some experience, you have some customers, some paying customers. So if you decided to open up your own salon, it's very attractive for a lender if you can say, yeah, I'm deciding I would like to open up my own barbershop or a salon, or I want to rent my own suite and start making this official on my own. I've been cutting hair on the side for 7 years. I've got 24 different clients. And, if you have income data, great. That's not really as important. What's more important is that you can demonstrate you know how to find customers, you know how to perform the service that you would like to turn your business into, and you might have some data around that. So that is a very attractive thing for a lender because it kind of turns what was a startup into something that might not truly be a startup. It might be more like you're just legitimizing the business, adding some cash to it, and then you're catalyzing growth. So when I was a lender, when I was an SBA lender, some of my absolute favorite businesses to work on were startups that were technically doing a side hustle before, and we were giving them capital to kind of like, make a go at it and really grow things. And so again, in this example, and I guess one reason I wanted to talk about this, because a lot of people who, like in this example, are trying to legitimize the business, make it more sophisticated, actually, set it up and make a real go of it. It's not that they're ashamed of that traction, but they view it as less maybe sophisticated or less official. And, launching the business might feel like this clean slate that you're kind of doing it. A lot of people don't like to talk about themselves. They don't like to talk about the personal side of that business. But I am going to take the other side of that and tell you that it means a lot to lenders when you can talk about your relevant experience, that you know what you're doing. If you have some traction based on doing this before, you might be bringing some form of customer base with you. It really goes a long way when you're applying. So I really encourage you to lean on that. It's a strength. It is definitely not a weakness or something to shy away from. So for example, in this one, like I said, he'd been doing this on the side for a couple of years and had ended up catering like 70 events or something like that. Like that's a very substantial amount. And so he's not a greenhorn at this, even though he's going to be opening up his own kind of like official location and doing that whole thing. He's not starting from scratch. He's got some experience there. And hopping over to another industry that's a different example, because there are some industries where maybe the thing that you're going to do, the service you're going to provide, you can't really do even maybe legally or physically without an official certified business. So this is a good example of like, this is a medical practice, a direct care or direct pay medical practice that's going to be starting. You can't just decide to do that like on the side as a side hustle, right? You have to be a licensed medical professional. There's lots of different things you got to go through to do that legitimately. So you can't really have this list of customers you've been helping out on the side, moonlighting. But in this example, what they do have is the doctor that is starting this practice has a social media presence. They've been building up a following. So, they're going to be able to offer some services that are telehealth related. So that's something that's starting out, a nice substantial social media following, a demonstration that they can create content and, find customers that way. They also have a waiting list. They have a waiting list of, 19 or 20 families that once this gets their doors open, those people want to come and become members and use the services here. So that's another good example of traction, but it's very different than the first one. So the first one was like, I guess what you could call like pre-launch revenue. Like they were out there, they were hustling, they were doing things, they were getting paid for it, they were making it do it that way. So they have this kind of track record of doing some pre-launch work. And then in this one, they don't have technically this track record of receiving payment, but they have this list of people who are waiting to pay them to do services once they can officially launch. So I like to say there's kind of two versions of traction that are great. One, pre-launch revenue. Like, do you have, did you sell at a farmer's market or a street fair or on the side or friends and family, whatever, you've actually got paid to do your service or for a product you want to offer? Great. That's an example of traction. The others, if you can't technically receive payment for the thing you want to do you have a list of people who know you're going to do it and are waiting for you to start doing it? So, that might be campaigning, it might be inviting people to join a list. Maybe it's getting them on an early bird list. So they're going to get a discount for their first year, but a waiting list is a really great example of traction as well. So I'm just putting this out there. If you are, considering starting a business and maybe it's a more traditional small business like these two that I just talked about here, some form of traction is so amazing, whether that's a side hustle or getting people on a list and getting the word out. Any of the examples I just talked about today, social media following, whatever, that goes a long way in a business plan and in a loan application. So I encourage you to find what your version of traction could look like and go after it. So if you have any questions again about your startup, your business plan, your loan application, don't hesitate to reach out to us at support@projectionhub.com. Leave comments below. We're very active there as well. So I hope this was helpful and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.